Well, this is a show with no name, and we're back again, and with my co-host Tasha Apples. You can see she's dancing, all about that dance. So today we're with So Profound and Prayersoul.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah, how are you doing?
It's a rainy day today.
It is.
Yeah.
And
It
you
is.
guys don't look like you're warm.
Yeah,
We are.
Well,
Really?
Actually.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay. We're glad
yeah.
we can stop the show now. And I'm not trying my juice, guys. And I'm not trying my juice.
No, swag, baby.
Okay.
Jerseys later.
Lady knows no weather.
Yeah. So tell us, who is Prayersoul, who is so profound, before we get into, our fun, our wildness that we do here on the show.
Okay.
They know who we are, Tasha and myself. But
Who are you guys?
You guys are just people who just came. You just came to us.
We just came.
So who are you?
No. Okay, it's fine.
Okay. What did you want to say?
This show is going to be a lot of fun.
I
Okay,
know.
who's going first? Arnold, are you going first?
Sure.
Okay.
Government name is Arnold. I am a storyteller. I do that through radio. I'm a radio personality. I'm also a spoken word artist. I am a strategic communication guy, specializing in a lot of PR and strategy. But outside of that, I'm just a storyteller. I tell, because think about it this way, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about connecting, right? The goal is to connect. The reason why you talk to the people you talk to, or you love the products you love, is because there is a connection. Mm-hmm. And
watch out, this guy's smooth. He's a poet.
I know, because now we're lost. We're kind of...
No, but the point I was just trying to make is, and everything has a story, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we connect to. That is the spine of connection. Okay. And that's what I do. And the poetry, the radio, it's just the what. And for all you know, maybe the next time you see me, I'll be a writer. The next time you see me, I'll be something else. Mm-hmm. But it's just the what. It's just a what. But I'm a storyteller. Yeah.
I remember watching you at the German embassy. When was that? Which embassy?
German Society?
German Society.
It's been a while. I haven't
It's
performed
6 years ago.
I know.
7 years
It's been
ago.
a while. It's been a
Yeah, and I'm like,
You
this
were
guy
like,
is talented.
10 years old?
Yeah,
Thank you,
what?
thank you. No, for a woman. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
I've been waiting for this moment. And I was like, this guy is so talented. He's so good.
Absolutely.
So I'm just so happy to see you 7 years later and you're doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
well
much.
done.
I absolutely enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I enjoy it. Nana drama genderer. But
Okay.
I am Prayersoul.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's my name. And I'm a singer and entrepreneur. So I dabble in a couple of other projects that are not music, but mainly music related. Mm-hmm. And I sing neo soul music. I'm married and I have one gorgeous little boy who is about to turn 4 months. 4 months. 4 months
dope
today.
dads.
Yeah, 4 months today.
I have baby fever every time.
You should make a baby. Make a baby.
Baby.
No, don't make it seem like it's easy like that.
It's easy. I'm sorry.
it's not
I'm sorry.
easy.
How difficult is it to make a baby?
Oh!
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Exactly. Especially
Well,
on
we
a
were
day.
saying the decision.
On a day like
On
that.
a day like this.
Yes.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
You guys should get a half day. Move mango changa early.
No problem.
I can't. This I cannot
Yes.
do. Okay, so that's Prayersoul and that's So Profound.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I
Nice.
really want to understand the hairlessness.
All right.
I wanted to say the hair, but there's no hair. Yeah, the hairlessness.
Right.
Actually,
I think that's just a coincidence.
So
Is it? 'Cause you guys
it's
are close.
It's not like we have an
Yeah.
app that says, let's go and get shaved.
Let's
Magwana
shave today.
Or whatever.
No.
Maybe like your friends, or you tell yourselves, well,
Look, at a certain point, I discovered I had a receding hairline. So I accepted my fate at a very early age.
Then you decide,
it's okay.
this is fine.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still in the denial phase, but I kind of feel it's coming.
I accepted my fate.
Yeah, but
feel it coming.
yeah, and for I don't shave for long, I don't want to pray, and it's in a bad mood.
Because that's not like your brand.
Yeah, so now you have to, but I mean, that's naturally when you're balding, you just always have a bald head. So that's.
So are you guys like, okay, because I know you guys perform together, right? But are you guys like, what are you guys? Do you work together? You're like besties?
Are you trying to create
No,
a relationship?
Do
you want us to hold hands? Arnold?
No, you can't say
Do you want us to hold hands? What do you want us to do?
All right.
You can't say besties to guys.
Oh,
yeah, you can't.
Okay, let me answer it. Let me answer it for you.
What are you guys?
I'll answer it in the most manly way
Yes.
possible.
All right.
We're besties.
Oh.
No, we're like brothers.
We're like brothers.
We're like brothers. So
That's
we
the
share
term.
we share a lot of ideas, advice. We always share plans. We always catch up every now and then, and we pretty much share the same kind of mindset, I guess. Just in terms of approaching. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we basically just share a lot of things. Oh my gosh. We basically share a lot of things, you know. We throw hearts to each other like before we go to bed.
Kissing
Yeah,
emojis.
we're brothers.
Oh no, that's so cute. That is
And
so
you
cute.
guys? And you guys?
What are you guys? Are you partners?
What are you guys?
Like,
Like,
you
do
got
you hold
partners?
hands sometimes?
Not really.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, we're
You
not
get
yet
nails
there.
together. Like, do you send pictures of nail options? Like, should I get nude?
No, she likes nails. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just had to
Yeah.
throw in the nude. The color.
No, the
that
color,
is.
of
Yes,
course.
yeah.
Not the nude. No.
No, these are my nudes. So if ever you see them
Right.
being passed around,
And you're comfortable with like people filming your nudes?
I don't care.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
nudes after
They're
all.
just
Of course,
nudes
I
after
mean,
all,
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what someone said to me the other day? They
There's a
said,
lot going on. Too much going on.
They're just nudes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to create a relationship. We met here at work, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for women
So
to. It's hard for women
Yeah,
to
for
create a
women it's
relationship.
yeah.
Because you know why?
Yeah.
Because you start with this.
Exactly.
I know. So you check out.
And you're like, what kind of shoes
She
she's wearing?
thinks she
My Louis Vuitton hat. Those are fake. I know why.
Oh, mine are better.
yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
those edges are not on flake.
I know, right?
How long
Is
you
that
see
weird?
that
Why
thing?
Yeah.
don't you use this edge creams? That's
I know,
easy.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it comes it comes hard for
Yeah.
women. Once you get that, you guys are like super close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, Tasha, these guys like performed at my birthday. The
I think
9th
I
of
saw.
July.
Yes, we
I
did.
watched
Lounge
the
We did.
videos.
concerts.
We
Yeah,
did.
and
On
it was
Instagram.
so sweet.
Did you cry? Because she cries a lot.
Yeah, I did cry a lot, but it was so sweet, and everybody fell in love. Like my mom, up until today, my relatives, because like all my relatives were there. So I noticed that you guys really resonate well with ladies, the two of you. To be honest, because even when you were singing my birthday lounge concert, I was gone. I was just, you know, and even at my cousin's place,
Yeah.
the first time I heard you guys perform, the two of you, and I was like, I need these guys for my own personal shindig. Why do you guys think you resonate so well with the ladies?
Arnold.
I mean, look at
I'm
them.
gonna let Arnold answer that question.
Because you really touch here, like.
You know,
Have you ever touched?
I
Have you ever touched there?
I did.
Arnold, have you ever touched that part?
You know what?
Her
I'm
body.
not a touchy-feely guy, but
Have you ever touched?
you know what? This is new. This is news to me. It's
You really touch here.
okay.
No.
Where exactly?
No.
Okay.
So why are you doing this now?
I don't know.
All right. I'm glad I could touch you there, but
Yeah, all right.
is there anywhere else you need touching?
No. Okay, yeah.
Arnold,
so
answer the
I-
question.
Answer
Okay,
the
all right,
question.
all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how best to answer that, but I think when you're look, sure, there's some people who have it and some who don't. I
don't.
guess
Yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
have
No,
it.
that's true. That's
I think
true.
I think it has a lot to do with when you're, you know, because we're African, you know what I mean? Like there are a lot of elements about us, like our dress code, the way we speak, that's very westernized. But at the core of it all, we're very African. And so even up to today in the 21st century, as we get into 2019, we still have a lot of African men who just can't speak about their feelings. And it's just a difficult thing.
Yeah, they're
So when you're a
lost.
guy who can
everywhere.
write... Oh,
Can be
Sha, Iwe,
expressive.
they can mute your mic. Do you understand what I'm saying?
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
respect
sorry.
the man.
Okay.
Respect.
But but I feel like we definitely have a lot of female fans because we're not afraid to like be vulnerable and say, you know, I wrote the song when I was struggling with this or when I was emotional about that, and then because you're a man who's comfortable with being emotional and you don't see it as a sign of weakness, then it's easy for women to be like,
yeah, and we do that a
he
lot.
touches me here.
Stop it. Do not use my line
This is
from
not
now
gonna
on.
end today.
I know.
This is not gonna
So
end today.
I mean, we naturally just touch here. That's what we do. We're the Touch Brothers.
Touch.
Ooh. Did you see that?
You know, you guys.
Touch.
Do you need another touch?
Yes.
Maybe at the end of the show.
We're usually on.
I think
on the
I
show.
think at the end of
Today we're being
We're crushing your
swallowed.
points.
Yes.
We're
We're
crushing
being
your
swallowed.
I
points.
think at the end of the show,
Guys,
they're
if
gonna
you're having a
touch
great
us.
time, please share this post. Just share it. Tag
Hashtag
10
Touch
people.
Brothers.
And then maybe we can do something to touch your soul.
Like you're just showing off because you're
Yes.
good with the ladies. Full stop. You
No.
guys are good with the ladies. You're just showing off. It's
No,
fine.
we're just true to ourselves.
Yeah. Wow. Right. So I mean, your names though. I wanna understand your names. They're quite
Okay.
interesting. Prayersoul So
Very.
Profound.
Yeah.
What's in a name?
They're so.
What about your names?
Personally, when I started writing,
Yeah.
and I was a spoken word poet, I used to go with some whack name like mathematical. I think so whack. Then one day, because I'm in
Mathematical's not so bad.
It's actually-
it is.
There's a rapper
It is.
guy called
No, no, no.
Mathematical
It's
right
It's not
now.
whack.
No,
It's
It is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, so because I read a lot, this one time I forgot what I was reading, but they used the word profound in a way I never imagined before. So I went and started studying or just looking up the word so profound in a lot of dictionaries, spaces, and just how the context was coming out. And I bumped into a definition that really blew me away. It said profound meant having intellectual depth and insight, or it's the state beyond deep. So there's deep, but there's the state beyond deep. So I took that, both the definitions, that is having intellectual depth and insight, and it's the state beyond deep. So profound is then the level beyond that, which is
Nice.
where I feel like...
I actually didn't know this. Bro, I just feel like you're holding out on a lot of things in our friendship, bro.
I know, man.
We have to talk about this after this interview, man.
You know, we have to work it out.
Yes, we have to work it
Yes,
out.
we need to work it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what so profound, where it came from.
came from.
But the more I started to understand myself, it also embodies who I am as a person. I'm very reserved, and
Are you reserved?
I am actually.
Arnold, are you reserved?
I'm actually very
Okay.
reserved. Right.
I think
now.
when it blows up, it goes deep.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
think he's reserved, like to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
live inside my head, so
right.
yeah, so
All right.
all that embodies then who I am as a person, and so.
Beautiful. That's a nice name.
Oh, thank you so
And it's very
much.
creative too.
It is.
Yeah.
Prayersoul.
Well, my first name is actually Prayer.
Really?
Yeah, my first name is actually Prayer. I can show you my ID
Beautiful.
after this.
No.
And yeah, there's actually a story behind it because, okay, I'll try and keep it short. When I was born, in the hospital I was born, my mom was sharing a bed with someone. Like there was a bed next to her, like not sharing a bed.
Okay.
There was a bed next to her, and there was a
Yeah.
lady who was in a marriage. The husband was out of the country. She then was unfaithful, got pregnant, and had given up the child for adoption.
Okay.
So when I was born and my dad came in and they were praying for me, this lady heard that prayer, and that's what changed her mind. And then she decided to get her child from adoption and open up to her husband and say, you know, this is what happened. And then they actually worked things out, and it worked out.
Oh.
So that's pretty much like the story behind prayer.
Prayer.
And then Prayer Soul, I just fell in love with neo soul music. I heard Music Soul Child's Love for the first time, and I just knew that this was a direction I was going to take with my music. And so I just walked to a friend of mine called Leon, who actually rarely attends my shows. And I was like, Leon,
What's wrong
I
with
need.
you?
And I was like, no, a female Leon. And she was like, I was like, Leon, I need a stage name, you know? I need a stage name that's cool, you know? And she's like, okay, so what do you want it to be? And I was like, it needs to have my name because my name's got a story behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
It's a good name.
But you know, it's about soul music. And she was like, you should be called Prayersoul. And I was like,
She actually did that.
she
saying
said
it
it
like that?
exactly like that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yes, that's it, Prayersoul. And yeah, I think like 2 years later, then just registered the domain. So my website is prayersoul.com.
Profoundone.com.
Yeah.
Nice. So what are the
So
names?
sorry to cut you off, Valerie. Apple. Why?
You know what?
Oh, Apple.
People here have been asking me that,
Yeah.
and I have no answer. Honestly.
I can give you a story. I can give you a
No.
story.
No.
Does it involve the Garden of Eden?
Of course.
No.
So explain it to him so he doesn't make assumptions.
I know.
I don't remember where it came from.
Apple cider.
No.
I didn't know you were a drinker.
Apple of
I'm
someone's
not
eye.
anymore.
Apple of someone's eye.
I think so, but I don't really remember where it came
Are you
from.
sure?
Really?
It's okay, Eve. Let's move on. We know you.
Okay, in the comments section, just please come up with a story for Tasha Eve
For Tasha Apple, where she got the where she kind of got the name from.
Exactly.
Yeah. But then our actual names, like what name would you guys have wanted your parents to give you, if not the name you were given?
Prayersoul.
You're good with Prayersoul.
Yeah,
You're happy.
absolutely.
Are you happy with Arnold?
I don't know how I feel about Arnold because I was born the same year Terminator came out, so.
Hasta la
I
vista.
don't know how I feel
Next
about
time,
Arnold. But I used to lie, though, to chicks that my name was Anotida until some shorty said, Anotida, that's such a new name. How old are you? And I was like,
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
It is.
like, no,
It
you're
is.
lying. But nah, Arnold is just fine.
It's good.
It's just fine.
Yeah.
Tashinga.
I think maybe because of the story that my mom told me of how she gave birth to me. I don't think I'd change my name
Right.
for anything. Yeah, but maybe if there wasn't that story, well, I'd change to something else. But I haven't thought about it, though.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
to Tasha Apple.
Because there's like a history and a story behind it. She's always
Yeah.
telling me, you. And then, so.
Yeah,
So I love my
think
name
You
like
get used
that.
to a name also. It becomes you. Yeah.
yeah,
So I love
it
my
becomes
name
your
Valerie.
personality.
Just it's
Do you have a
fancy.
second name, though?
Google.
Yes.
Oh, Googs.
Wait,
Yeah,
Sadie, let's
good.
move on. So
it
the
too.
question is,
Google it.
look at you trying to run away.
All right, Googs.
So I mean, right. So do you guys believe in love at first sight?
That is a life.
that is a life from-
guys. We just need to pray.
You know
For
what?
one, we're not believer in love. at first
Father,
sight.
in
Let's
the
pray.
name of
We'll
Jesus.
bind that. What? What is that?
What is that? What do you mean?
What do you
love
mean?
at
What
first
is
sight?
love at first sight? When you meet
Look,
someone for the
look.
first
What's
time,
that,
there's just
Chiga?
that
First
connection.
Corinthians
It's not
13.
lust. It's not
Love
infatuation.
is patient.
1 Corinthians 13.
It's
Love is
not lust.
patient.
It's not infatuation.
No.
You actually feel.
Wait.
All
So
right.
let me
So
break
you
it down for you.
believe.
I believe.
I don't think there's love at first sight. There's attraction at first sight.
Exactly.
Yes. There's
Because
chemistry.
There's chemistry at
At first
first sight,
sight. Okay.
but there's no love at first sight because
Absolutely.
there's a process to this, right?
Right.
Love exists on 3 levels: the physical, the soul, and the spirit, right? So when you meet someone for the first time, because you don't know anything about them, what
Yeah.
appeals to you is the physical, right?
All right.
That's attraction because you're wired to know what you like.
Exactly.
Right? So you see a person like, oh my gosh, I like someone with nice eyes, a sun nose, tattoos.
Okay.
A bald head, maybe.
This is for you so that it's a gateway for you to know the soul.
All right.
Exactly.
The soul then is what then your interests, your way of thinking, your belief system, what your emotions, emotional intelligence, all
Your
that,
fears.
your fears, all that, your story, your life, all that is in your soul, right? But then what binds that all together is the fact that do we actually relate? Do we believe the same thing spiritually? Then it becomes a complete. Then after that is a choice. That choice then is what then love
Becomes
is.
love.
to say,
Exactly.
I want to love this person.
Beautiful.
That is a great.
Storyteller.
That is a great
Yeah, I know,
breakdown.
right?
That is
You
a
like-
great breakdown because I mean,
Nice.
I try, guys.
Okay, so where is it coming from? Why do we have that whole love at first sight thing?
because let me explain. Let me
Yeah.
explain to you
People are
because
silly.
It's in the movies.
yes,
It's the movies.
it's the movies.
Hollywood,
Yeah.
guys.
Hollywood.
And you know what? What's important that people don't seem to understand is that love has more to do with being a decision than
Yes.
being a feeling.
True.
Yeah.
So when people say love at first sight, they're trying to describe the feeling that they have
Yes.
when they meet this person. Because love is not a feeling. If it was a feeling, then it would change. Because when you feel cold, you wear a jersey. And then you jog and you skip and you feel hot.
True.
That feeling has changed.
You're preaching a
It's
good
not
sermon,
love,
brother.
Sha. It's
Let
not
him know,
love.
brother.
Yeah.
Today, to
So
sing it down
love.
like quiet. Our show has
Yeah.
been taken over. Our
Yes.
new hosts are so profound and prayer
Welcome,
soul.
Actually,
we are
welcome
just
to the show.
going
It's a
for a
show
short
with
break.
no
My name is
name.
Prayersoul.
We
Thank you so
are
much
here
for
to
joining
host
us. Yes, sir. Chiri test much wrong. Prime Minister Shinga Minister following Doma Castado. Yeah, no, the prayer soul. So let's please,
You're so
guys,
quiet
in
today.
those comment sections, let's not lie to each other. Love.
Love
Do you know
at
what
first
love? Do
sight.
you know what love is?
Yeah.
Love is when you've been with this person and they've betrayed you and they've apologized and they've made mistakes and you see their weaknesses and you know who they really are.
Wow.
That's me and my
then
bae
you
right now.
choose to stay.
And you've seen them without makeup.
When
and
you
whatnot.
choose, exactly, that's a big step.
All
That
right.
is a big
Me
step
and my
these
bae.
days, guys.
Me and my bae.
In fact, just a
Actually,
free tip for the guys. Guys. First date, guys, make sure you go swimming. Something, whether something, just kuti unyatsoziva kuti how much foundation is there.
Manje foundation ya water
Pane
resistant.
waterproof foundation.
You know what,
Yes.
guys? Their real foundation should be Jesus Christ. Their foundation is waterproof. I'm sorry. You need a foundation that's life-proof.
That's life proof.
Yes.
And it's Jesus.
Because when you decide to be with someone,
Yeah.
after you really know them,
Yeah.
and you know everything about them, that is what love is. And that can't happen at first sight.
At first sight.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wow.
Another way to put it is that you cannot love something you don't know, right? You cannot say you love something and you don't know it, right? That's number one. Number two, I so want to add to what Prayer said about it being a decision.
Yeah.
Valerie, you and I right now could be talking and we could hug each other on a daily and I would not feel
On a
thing.
daily
First,
hug. Come
it
on.
was
The
a touch.
day I make that decision to say I want to love you, that hug will start to trigger a whole lot of
Right.
other
It just
things.
changes
Yeah.
It just changes
yeah, and the way you
because
see
it's a
some-
decision, but the decision is then what triggers emotions, right?
Wow.
So something that didn't piss you off before, the moment you make the decision, it then triggers the feelings to say, yo, I feel some type of way about this
Exactly.
person. But it's the same person. You just chose
You just
to love
chose,
them,
just
and that opened a gateway to a whole lot of emotions.
So it means it's
and a whole
always
lot
based
of
on
things.
decision.
It's just a decision.
And when you make a
Makes
decision,
sense.
that speaks
Yeah,
to
no,
a lot
makes
of
sense.
commitment and and all of those things.
And
Yeah.
a whole lot of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I have nothing else to say. You guys are
Great.
good. Wow, amazing. All right.
This makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
You know why? You know, all along in high school, I always told myself I only want to be with guys that are cool, that dress well, that speak a certain way.
We wouldn't have dated then.
Until until I met my significant other. Total opposite of what I had imagined, right? And total opposite of every person that I've been with. So I think what you're saying makes sense because I made a decision to say, because we get along in a lot of sense,
Yeah,
in
and in a
so
deep
many
way.
ways, in
Yeah.
a deep way.
Yeah.
I've made this decision that I need to love this person.
Exactly.
Despite what I've been planning in my head and in my checklist, that was so absolutely off. But that decision brought about this.
Exactly.
Love.
Exactly.
Actually, let me hit you with here's the kicker.
Yeah.
Love is like is because of. Love is in spite of. Right? So like is very conditional. So a lot of the times when you see someone for the first time, that's
Yeah.
based on a condition that, oh, I like the way they dress. I like the way they do this. So it's very conditional.
Yeah.
Not just
Love
that
is
way.
in spite of that. My man is balding, but I love him anyway.
Exactly.
This is happening, but I love them anyway because it's now a decision because it's
a decision.
unconditional. It has nothing to do with everything that could have been in spite of.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know yourself well enough until someone's loved a part of you that you didn't even know existed.
Exactly.
All right. You get to know yourself. Wow, okay, this is too deep, guys.
Now I'm getting
Rainy
so-
day.
now I'm
It's a
getting-
rainy day. I know. I'm just okay.
I'm getting
This
all.
is too much for Tasha and I.
Right.
This is too much. What were you guys doing on Black Friday and Thanksgiving? I know Thanksgiving is a U.S. Celebrated holiday, but
Yeah.
what do you guys think of Thanksgiving and Black Friday as well?
Do you mean what were we doing or what do we think about it?
What do you think? And what did you enjoy Black Friday? Did you?
Yeah, but Black Friday is slowly
Black Friday
coming
is
to.
this.
Yeah, I just did a
Friday
fuel or
is in.
something.
Tatimukyu.
I'm
And
saying.
the mufungeka.
That's what I'm saying. Black Friday. Is
Taitotsvaga fuel or something.
Nemakwira angaita futi on Black Friday.
because there was a promotion.
You see, that's the thing. Isusu tadri mukiu.
on Black Friday.
Yeah.
The whole day.
I think last Friday. Snap. Okay, I usually do. I think I was working. I was just
You were just working.
Yeah, I run a music school, so we were doing lessons.
Last
lessons.
Friday I was in the Netherlands. I was actually very cold somewhere in The Hague there.
Oh yeah, it actually is super cold right
Yeah,
now in
I was
Europe.
super cold. I was Oh, yeah.
Did you go to the coffee bars in the Netherlands?
Actually, we saw some, but I just didn't get in.
Dude, I have to tell you guys, first time I was in the Netherlands, I went to the coffee bar. I needed to see it for myself. I got in there. They checked for my ID. I showed them my driver's license, my Zimbabwean driver's license, and they didn't even look at it. I just did this. They're like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because the guy was high.
The guy was already high.
Yeah, the guy was high, and I got in there, and I was just like, yo, let's... And then my guy was like, yo... And
this is it?
I was like, yo, let's have some coffee, bro.
Let's have some
And then I was lit.
And that's it.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. It was... You know,
this is in your past life?
Yes, this is my past life.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
Before I
get
was
it.
a believer of the word.
All right. Okay.
Well, now that you found him, all
Yes.
things are new.
All things I knew.
What are you guys
The
thankful
past is gone.
for?
Eish.
Thanksgiving,
Man.
thankful for end of year, Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
2019. What are you mostly thankful for?
Yo, man, the fact that I'm in Zim, and with everything that's just happening, I still can do what I love to do, and I get paid for it, and I just have good people around me. Yo, man, there's way too much, but I'm just grateful to be here and be able to do this. And the fact that I'm here on a Tuesday, I'm not wearing a tie.
Yeah.
I'm not trapped in a
chill,
9 to
have
5.
fun, yes.
And I've got the privilege to call this work.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, right?
Hey, man, I'm good out here.
I'm probably like the most optimistic person you'll ever meet. I'm super optimistic about everything, guys. So I am just grateful for the fact that I am alive.
Yeah, man.
And the fact that I'm alive means that I can try and chase the dream. I'm doing so many things that I love to do, and they're all doing well. Like, I can't even lie to you guys and say, this is not working out or this is not working. Everything that I'm doing
You're
right now
killing
You're on your grind.
is
yeah.
working. Yeah, and I can,
watch you.
yeah,
I see you.
I can do a quick breakdown. I mean, the cookout is doing great. The city sessions is doing great.
I love city sessions.
We've got a show this Thursday. It's going to be amazing. Planning my 2019 tour, and I'm going to be doing like a couple of African countries. I'm doing Uganda.
Let him know.
Zambia,
Let him know.
Namibia, and South Africa. And then I'm doing a Euro tour where I'm doing Scotland, England, and Germany around April and May.
That's great.
I'm releasing a beautiful love song that I co-wrote with Taz in February called Hlulega. I just did our very successful live concerts.
That was
So
so
Profound was
dope.
the MC.
Like, you guys should have been there.
wow.
You can go on
Should've
YouTube.
been there.
I mean,
think
yeah.
she was there.
Yeah, you can actually
80s
just type out
band and-
Friend as
man.
well as there.
an evening with Prayersoul. You can search for that on YouTube. It's
Alright.
there, and you can
Okay.
sort of see the highlights. And I've got a beautiful baby boy, and my wife is like an awesome human being to share my life with. And I'm taking my family on holiday to Durban. Yes.
Hashtag awesome.
Yes, and
I
then on the
know,
4th
that's
of
too
on the
much.
4th of January, I'm posting a picture of my six pack. Hopefully, it'll be out.
Okay, anyway, so we were saying we have
In his way, we're not
So-
with
we can
separation.
just change the topic really.
So basically, I'm guys, I'm grateful for my life. Like, yeah, I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to be with you guys on this show. And I hope you guys find a name next year or something. A show with no name, guys. Find a name for them.
I hope you find a name.
No, a show with no name is actually cool.
Yeah,
Actually
it's
cool.
actually pretty
Yeah.
dope. What do you guys think of 16 days of gender-based activism against gender-based violence? Something a bit more real. You guys are men. You've joined
Of
us here.
course.
And 25 days we have.
I think
that.
it's a very important issue. I feel like there are a lot of people who then take advantage of these kind of things and commercialize them.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
like
a lot,
there are a lot
yeah.
of organizations that start, going all high and mighty and trying to act like they are really doing something or they're really concerned. But,
not.
it's just excuses to throw budgets around and do stuff and then present reports. But I feel like it's a real issue. And, a big shout out to people who are actually doing stuff that really affects and helps people who are experiencing gender-based violence. Because I think it's very real. I run a talk called The Talk once a month. And it's basically just, talking about stuff. Stress, depression, suicide, gender-based violence, and things like that. So we've got a talk as well on Friday. and we have someone who's going to speak about gender-based violence as like
that's
the main
great.
talk. Yeah,
Where?
and
Okay, we'll talk after.
yeah, of course. And yeah, and I feel like it's important for everybody to just learn how to speak about your issues.
Yeah.
So
people go to a
I think it's
stop
bigger
and start
than just gender-based violence. I think there are a lot of things that are like
That are happening.
like verbal abuse. There's
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of physical
Yeah, verbal
abuse.
abuse.
There are
Yeah.
a lot of husbands who are doing like stuff that will shock you out of your mind. And these people are supposed to be modern men. They're supposed to be 21st century young
Yeah.
Africans.
Yeah.
But they're doing like really abusive and unfair things to their women or their family or whatever. So I feel like it's just important for us to bring awareness to a lot lot of issues, just generally,
Just
you know,
generally,
just
yeah.
suicide,
Oh, yeah,
depression,
suicide is
mental
real. Yeah.
health,
Yeah.
the number of orphans, just, you know. So I feel like you know, these are real issues, and we need to play our own little part in trying to make the world better.
Do you know that in Zim, gender-based violence is the highest crime?
Wow. That's so
Yeah, because
sad.
I did gender studies, my degree program, so
Right.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, feminist. But the point
Feminist,
is,
right?
yeah,
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. She's not. I am.
I'm not.
It's the highest crime
I'm
in
proud.
Zim. Imagine. So it's like men are beating up.
No, you see,
Women, your
that's what I
wives.
wanted to highlight.
Yeah.
It's a
Actually,
culture
that
thing, though.
that I
Yeah.
think 16 days of activism,
yeah.
gender-based violence. That's the highlight. But I think we. The only issue I have with that is that we have made that narrative to be just women are the victims,
Yeah.
and men are actually not victims of gender-based violence. So it becomes men seem to be lesser victims of. So we've made it
both
a
ways.
women
Yeah.
issue, not a human being issue. So I think there should
good one.
be a very
Balance.
great balance, because I know, for example, do you know how hard it is for men to report gender-based violence or not to be taken seriously when it is
Yes.
happening or anything like that? I saw this one time. It was by Avondale, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were arguing. A guy and his woman were arguing, and literally it got to a point where it got physical, and this woman was literally beating up the man, but you could tell the man is not being aggressive or anything, because if he does so, the narrative is now changed. Like, why are you beating her
Yeah,
up?
exactly. And she's the one
And
who
you
goes
could
to the
tell,
police
and
first.
she
Yeah.
kept saying,
Yeah.
and people then kept, and that alone just shows you just how much this whole thing is twisted up, because we've given the narrative too much power on one end and not a good balance. And I feel like if we're gonna say gender-based violence, can we actually talk about also men suffering gender-based violence?
Violence, true.
And it becomes a balanced case, not just a women issue
Yeah.
being victims. Because I feel like the narrative then is not balanced, and it's not a good look.
Not a good
I
look,
think
yeah.
for me, my issue is why only these 16 days? Because these things are happening all year round.
365, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these organizations that we're talking about, they only focus on this time alone. But then when this happens all year round, they're silent, they're in their offices, they're not doing anything much about it.
Yeah.
But then it's happening a lot. How many stories have you heard about men or women that get physical with their wives and husbands, and then it ends up in death?
Yeah, a lot.
So
Passion
many,
crimes
yes,
are
so
real.
many stories. But so for me, I don't think in as much as we should activate it now, it should always stay activated
Exactly.
Yeah.
all year round, because it doesn't have a time frame. It's not
Yeah.
like it's just happening now. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it should always stay
Yeah.
activated.
Let's
like
just
that.
And I
not beat
think-
each other up.
And socially, I just think that
Blunt
you know,
like that.
they should be. Yeah. Don't. Let's
Just
talk
leave
about it.
someone. If they've cheated on you or whatever, just walk away.
Yes.
Ah, was it Rombo cheat?
Kana tasaramboza excuse.
Rombo's excuse shamwari ukuthi iwe munhu angachinetsa.
Exactly.
Yeah, angachinetsa. What did you say? You were not answering your phone those days.
Those days.
Guys, answer your
Tasha,
phones.
do us the honors. Fun part.
Oh
the
my
day.
goodness.
Oh boy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I hope you guys can dance and
No,
No, we can't. Actually,
you know I can't dance.
I can't.
I've like
Even though my claim to
you've got
fame in
two
high
left
school
feet
was
like myself.
no, you know I actually have one left, and that's all I
Only
have.
one left.
It's unfortunate. So unfortunate.
and the
So you have to pick. They're not even bad. We actually reduced them. There were a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
But other people have done them on the show, so I just started to remove.
okay.
These ones haven't been done yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Prayer, don't pick this one.
All right.
Don't pick this one.
All right.
Don't pick this one, Prayer. Prayer, don't pick this one. Prayer?
Prayer?
Don't pick this one.
He's got pressure.
Din, 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 din.
Who's going first?
Tick tock.
This one.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute one.
Mention 5 things people may not like about you.
5 things.
Yes.
Hey, I can sometimes come across as arrogant,
2.
but
I'm not cocky, I'm
but
confident.
I'm just, but I'm just confident. What's the other thing? I don't like people who complain. So if you come to me and you complain, I will not talk. Like I'll just ignore or change the subject or something. I just don't like people who complain.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
I'm a picky eater because my wife is a chef. So so I can be that guy who's like trying to be, you know, but it's like is this beef? Is this like stroganoff or is this stew?
Oh, you're one of those.
Like, do you have
You're one of
mushroom
those.
sauce? Canada, mone? Aiwa, anditombo aiwa kana ndikatoona pakaipa ndingoti no tiri kutsanya kuchechi. Kutsanya tiri pama 10 days or something. Yeah. Tiri pama 10 days.
Guys.
Yeah. And then the 4th thing, sometimes I like to be alone.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I just like to be alone and just think like with my thoughts, just
All right.
yeah.
And your feelings.
Yes, not feelings
Okay.
really, but
Just
sometimes,
alone. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
you know, sometimes, Kiki, do you love
You're
me?
really doing the challenge.
Yeah.
Look, he's really
And then the 5th thing, sometimes I have a short temper.
All the time.
Yeah, and it's bad.
Oh.
It's not all the time.
It doesn't suit you though. I've known you, and you know you're happy, you're smiling.
I am like it just happens like once
yeah.
every
Oh, it just
3
comes
years.
out.
Every 3 years.
Once every 3 years,
All
like
right.
you know,
So
something
bad.
happens.
We're
but-
waiting for the outburst in
Yeah,
January.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So this year I've been good. I've been
No
good.
outburst.
No,
Nothing?
No, it's in January.
Oh, it's
it's
Jan.
Yeah, maybe
All
January.
He knows. Which
Really?
No,
At least.
Impersonate
to have
President
done.
Donald Trump.
no.
Fake news.
Yeah, go.
I'm sure you're good at
I-
impersonating.
no, I am
You're-
not.
You're a
No,
media person.
yes.
You're
Yeah,
a
well,
media
try.
person.
You pick
radio.
you pick the card. You
You're
have
on
to do
radio.
it.
A wig.
And a
Do you
prayer
know
soul.
You have to do it.
Kukuziva and a prayer soul.
Val, do you have a
You pick the
Donald
card, you
Trump
have to do it.
wig?
I actually,
You need one.
you know what? Can we actually try something else?
No.
I have
Are
no
you bad?
idea.
Isn't
No.
Donald Trump easy to impersonate?
Can you please?
Okay, no, I know better.
Yeah.
Just say it's fake news.
Okay, Obama. Is he easier?
No,
Okay,
You
no,
have to
it's
do.
actually
You're gonna have to
easier
do.
than
You're gonna have
Obama.
to do it.
President Robert Mugabe. I'm giving you options.
You have to
You've
do an
got
impersonation,
Trump,
Arnold. You
Obama,
can't get out
and
of it.
Mugabe. 3
Yes.
people. I'm sure the president, you can impersonate him. We grew up listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I suck with. It's like the voice show. Like I saw the card with the voice show. Like
Rigging.
And then you knew.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
so
Well, you're gonna have to do an
Zimbabwe.
Okay, so
impersonation,
Trump.
brother.
Obama.
Can we try something?
Okay,
else?
who do you want to impersonate?
You're
Anyone?
gonna have to impersonate somebody.
Yes,
brother.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
okay,
as
you
the
can
new
impersonate
host, as a
something.
new host of this show, I'm
Hey,
just saying,
you know what?
we this is what it's our culture. This is what we do. Panapa. Those are teenager pan. Kana wakudaita shako noita kwenyu.
No, this host.
No, guys. But on the real though, I suck with impersonation.
That's why we want to see you suck, brother.
Exactly.
That's
You
it's
can suck at it. You
entertainment.
can impersonate anything. We had another one.
Impersonate.
Animal sounds.
Yeah,
With
with
another one.
animals.
With animal sounds. Oh, you can act something out. I don't know. You can act impersonate.
Okay, can we continue conversation whilst I think? But
No.
we're not gonna
There's
end
no
this show.
conversation.
No.
Well,
No.
we're actually ending. We're done. This
No,
is
This
we're
is
not
the
gonna
end, brother.
end this show without
You
me
know,
actually
according to the
impersonating.
producer,
Listen to the host.
sorry, my producer just said we're about to end this thing.
We're producers,
Mati,
yeah,
Mati, sorry,
out of
mkoma.
time.
Mira,
Out
sorry,
of
mkoma
time.
producer, Mati.
Yo, Fancy,
We're out of time.
Mkoma Leon, Mati. Wanze aite, anze ngango aita cheti. Yeah, anze time da.
Time me up.
I could try Mandela actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Go for
Great.
it, man.
Mandela
no.
is nice.
Woo! Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Alright.
yes. It's a long walk to freedom. There we go.
Anyway, as we close off our fun show with our new host,
Yeah,
our hosts are going to close off the show for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're going to close off with some nice, you're going to give us your stuff. You're going to give us your stuff.
You need
That's
to
how you guys are
touch
going
her.
to close off.
Touch her again.
Yeah, touch us as we close off.
Touch us.
The two
I
of
feel
you.
like your mic is in the way of the camera. People cannot see
no,
my
we've done
face.
it all right.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
How are we going to do this, Prayersoul?
I just do a piece. I'll come up with something.
I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you so bad. I want to know the type of drum your heart beats. I want to know the language you speak in your silence. So in moments you don't say a thing, we could still speak. I want to get to know you. Show me the codes that open your rib cage. So in moments you don't say, so in moments your heart is trapped and you cannot follow it, I can always set it free. I just want to get to know you. I want to get to know you so bad I'm willing to dig deep into your soul till I reach the water that sweetens your spirit. Take my hand. Lead me to your beautiful, and like labyrinth, I want to see beneath it. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you so bad. I want to feel your every thought like I was living life in your never endings. But then again, you're over there and I'm over here, so there's only so much I can know about you.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to play. Your eyes, your nose, the way you smile when you're smiling at me, your hair, even braids, your toes, the way you walk when you're walking towards me. I could never run out of things to explain how you've got me feeling this way. Could never run out of things to explain how you've got me feeling this way. I have a million reasons why it's easy to love you. To love you, a million reasons why it's easy to love you. Agiperi, riconzero, agiperi, agiperi. Riconzero, agiperi. My name is Prayersoul. This is Tasha Apple, Valerie, So Profound. Show without a name, show with no name. Like, yeah, I mean, guys, please, if you like, leave some comments and share. Share. Tikutsvaga mabasa, guys. Tikutsvaga mabasa, guys. If you got a chance, just kill it, man.
You just take over.
Don't worry, Paul, man.
Guys, just take over, Sha.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you guys
This
for
has been
having us.
absolutely
Oh, we had so much fun.
fun. Woo!
This has been
So much fun. Thank you so much.